First off, piece of the chat. Shout out Joey Savage.
Mm-hmm.
What day did we learn that Tony Todd passed away? Was it 3 days ago? 5 days ago.
Oh wow!
It was the week I watched. It may have been whatever day it was. I watched Candyman that night. And that
Oh, for real?
that I mean, Candyman. I wrote about this on Complex years ago. That's good. That's good. Candyman was really like, obviously, like a black horror villain is going to be right up my alley. But like, aside from the People Under the Stairs, like those Candyman and People Under the Stairs were some of the only movies that like showed the hood in a horror film, and it was just like, say, my brother, what you doing around here, my brother? Like it was like
even the second Candyman when they were down in New Orleans.
Facts. I got to go back and watch it. I feel like the second Candyman may have. It was definitely when it started to kind of. I don't know if I care about this anymore, but yeah, Jump the Shark is probably a better too. I actually, damn, I forgot to dig the figure out. Shout out Creek, happy belated birthday to you, my brother. It was it during the pandemic? It was a couple years back. My wife for Christmas got me a signed Tony Todd Candyman Farewell to the Flesh like action figure. I think it may have been the Mark McFarlane Toys one. It was kind of like he's like and he like signed it or whatever. I forgot it's back, it's behind this Yamin right here. Salute to the god though.
Yeah, man, rest in peace. I think I follow like his sister on something.
Oh yeah,
I think she does a little bit in pro wrestling, I believe.
Really?
Yeah.
Who is Tony? If any chat, if y'all know who Tony Todd's sister is,
I think it's Gata. Her name is spelled. I don't know how it's pronounced.
Tony Todd. Oh, the original Gata, capital Gata. Monique Dupree. Oh, she from Jersey. She's also made appearances at Impact Wrestling. She's she worked in Tommy Dreamer's House of Hardcore, and she was dubbed the heart and soul of House of Hardcore for her hard work on camera and behind the scenes on numerous occasions via their Twitch. Oh, hey, shout out Newark. I had no idea.
That's how I found out. Like she was on socials. Like my brother.
Because she was doing wrestling and all that. Damn, she was with them for a minute. Like, we're talking like 10 years. Or she was wrestling for 10 years. She was with them for like 6. Damn. Anyway, rest in peace to Tony Todd.
Absolutely.
Rest in peace. This is one of the saddest stories I saw today. It sucks because there's a former black woman who was a pro wrestler out of Canada named Sandy Parker.
Okay.
She literally girl wrestler, Vancouver, BC, Canada. She's credited as being the first black female world champion. She held, let me get this right. She wrestled for, in Japan, she worked at All Japan Women's Pro Wrestling and was the first black woman to win the WWWA World Single Championship in 1973. Apparently she passed away 2 years ago, June 2022. Word on road is she was hospitalized, and I guess at a certain point, you know, all family loses touch with somebody, so nobody knew. But I first saw anything about this. Shout out Ashe. They posted it on their socials. Apparently, they were trying to get in contact with her last year. They were trying to find her to bring her out to the first Ashe show because they had the Trisha Dora Aja Kong match, and that would have been bringing Aja Kong out there to be with Trisha Dora is already big, but that extra element is ill too. But I didn't see the full confirmation on how she was how this information was found out. But there's a couple of obituaries. There's a couple things with Slam Wrestling. Slam Wrestling has an interview from like 2008 with her, but there was also a piece that just went up this week, the other day, or I think news may have hit today, but it just went up recently.
Yeah, that's when I saw it.
About her. So rest in peace, Sandy Parker. I mean, that's like actual Black wrestling history. There's some. I was going through some shots. I don't know if Moolah trained. Let me actually check and see. I'm not 100% sure. Oh yeah, it looks like it lists a couple people: Lou Klein, Mary Jane Mull, Lucille Dupree, and the fabulous Moolah. She was wrestling before she went to Moolah's training school, but then she left when she started having problems with Moolah. So then she started work. Exactly. So, and actually, you know what the craziest parts is? She had a different name, but because her checks were getting written to her ring name, and she didn't have ID for her ring name, she couldn't cash them. So Sandy Parker was her real name. She just was wrestling as Sandy Parker so she could get paid. But I guess this one match she had in All Japan, there's a couple of I can't upload all the photos, but like what's homegirl's name? She was wrestling Mariko Akagi. This is from March 23rd, 1977. Sandy Parker was putting in work out there.
Exactly 2 years, like to the day before I was born.
That's crazy. That's actually. Were you born with that much hair on your head?
Nah, I don't think so. I think it was patchy.
It took a while for the Yamin to kick in.
Yeah, yep.
I respect it. No, yeah, rest in peace, Sandy Parker. I like this image. This is from
whoever did this was this is a nice image.
Yeah, I think Pro Wrestling Stories. I don't know. If you search Sandy Parker wrestler, there's a couple of ill retrospectives about her.
Yeah, I don't think we could take another loss in this month.
Shit, damn. We lost Tony Todd, we lost Quincy Jones, lost America.
Yeah, true.
Well, we never had America.
That's a fact. They proved it.
That did prove it.
You see how much bread Quincy left? He left 80 to each one of his kids.
80 to each kid.
He had a whole trophy room, like when the actual stack of Grammys and shit. It was deep.
Like they making money way after.
Yeah, well, yeah, Rashid is making documentaries about her daddy.
The thing is, though,
shout out to
I saw something. It was somewhat unrelated, but they were like, "We losing recipes, right?" And I think with like a nigga like Q, he had the bread, but he knew like this is how you move and shake. This is exactly how you move and shake. And I think you start to worry about like, yes, several kids got 80 million, but who's going like losing him and Clarence Avant like in the same, couple of years, recipes is moving away.
Yeah.
Like being able to move is cool, but knowing how to move is what niggas need to know.
It's a lost art. Well, it may end up being a lost art because there's a lot of it was funny to even see when news of Quincy Jones passing hit, because it's the question, who's the next Quincy? There was people who were like, shouts out to Naima was getting responses when she was like, yo, Quincy Jones was like your OG's OG, like, oh, no bullshit. And people be like, nah, you can't be saying stuff like that when Shaka Khan and Nile Rodgers and like they were listing legends that were alive, but
it's Quincy Jones.
Quincy Jones was writing the songs that was making like Quincy Jones is the one that told Michael Jackson, hey little nigga, we're keeping the strings in the beginning of Don't Stop Till You Get Enough, because guess what? The people are going to sit there like he knew. He's the one that said, "Hey,
those were strings."
I just saw the video the other day, and it was him talking. He's like, "Hey," well, they were like, "Well, Michael Jackson didn't want this. Who won out?" He's like, "Did you hear the song? You heard them shits was in there, right? He didn't want them in there." I don't know if there like who would be a Quincy Jones of today. Like who's the producer? Who could even touch
Who touches
what he
like a wide variety of shit?
when they talk
Is it
about
like
Quincy
the
Jones?
Pharrell?
I was gonna say Pharrell.
Maybe because
I
they
don't-
talked about Quincy Jones. They said he kept jazz hours. He'd be up all night since he was a kid writing music and working on this type of stuff. And jazz, big band,
He played the
movies.
horn, right?
I don't misquote me. I do not want to say yes or no. Pharrell may be. Where's Dre on the Quincy Jones?
So I like that comparison because Dre's production isn't always to play something.
Right.
He will give you that full sound.
Facts.
Like, you know what I'm saying? You get that goddamn he might give you a couple little bells or some synthesizers, something to make it feel like a production.
Oh yeah.
I always thought that was the real dope thing with Dre. So I mean, even when you listen to like some of the latest stuff, the Compton stuff with Kendrick,
Yeah.
listen to how full of a sound that is.
Exactly. It really fills a room. You're right. I think that maybe the one knocked it. That's facts, Kofi. I think the one knocked at Dre, and it's not even a knock, but it's like when you talk about like being on Quincy's level, Dre may be stuck in one lane too much to really affect, or be close what Quincy was making. I mean, it was like early 90s rappy type albums, but
Back on the block.
Big Daddy Kane was on that shit.
Yo, get out of here.
But that was you remember that because of Tevin Campbell.
Yes.
You remember that because of the Secret Garden.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He had them jams.
Tyler to Make Me Sweat, girl.
Tyler the Creator.
You sure they could make me sweat?
They were buffing her. Nah, I saw there was a video. The days after the election, she dropped a clip talking about I got a new single coming. She had on like a denim skirt and was like, yeah, I mean, and somebody had the buffer. They was buffing the denim, like the backside of the Devon. She was getting the shiny buff, but it was on a denim skirt.
Oh.
Like it's not like she didn't have her cheeks weren't out.
Cuz thought she was shiny in the buff.
Yeah, outstanding. Matter of fact, that deserves an applause. That was good. Yeah. Anybody saying it again, even Pharrell's worked with Gwen Stefani and like I'm happy. Like he's done a lot. Mm-hmm. We would have to see where the accolades stood up against Quincy.
No,
Quincy
accolades.
Quincy produced Thriller.
Yeah, that's a trophy room in itself.
You can't even
say. I heard him in an interview. And he was talking about the things he's done, and he said, "Nigga, I work with Sinatra, nigga. And you don't get to pick. You don't get to pick to work with Sinatra. Sinatra calls Paulie Scabarone, and they come to the room and like, hey, look,
get the moolie.
Usually, you don't really deal with your moulignons, but
get the moolie.
You know what I mean?
Hey, I see True Romance. That's how they talk.
The
The one that makes the music.
Yeah,
he writes the music. The composer,
old nigga.
Yeah, that nigga was with he was with these nigga.
He conducted the band. He made the beats.
We Are the World, nigga.
The only person that he couldn't rein in was Prince, but that was because Prince had beef with Michael Jackson.
Prince
is petty.
That night, Prince was supposed to be there. Prince said, no, I'm good.
That's funny, Sean Tragedy.
That's crazy. Seeing sound is funny. Yeah,
but I don't know if CeeLo was making the Jones though. I thought he was just singing, and then he had like producer because he did the joints with
Danger Mouse.
Danger Mouse, that was it.
Yeah.
Great. Gnarls Barkley. I don't know how much. I believe he may produce, but I don't know how deep his production.
Like Goody Mob shit.
He was. What?
Yeah, that was Rico Wade.
That beat is amazing.
It is.
That beat is amazing. Shout out to Chop Stars put that on the tape, and I was like, God damn, it's the scariest shit I heard in my life. Would you slow it down?
My son just said that shit yesterday. He said, "Is this Halloween music?"
Halloween music.
That's what it sound like.
Just scary ass damn.